Come on in. Welcome to my gym. I've never done a walkthrough video like this before. This is Tears Forge. This is how to accidentally spend $50,000 to $100,000 on something you like doing some of the time. We're just gonna kind of go through the gym and show you some things. So this is my power rack. So we have pretty much everything that Rogue can do. We have the Rogue Rhino drop-in. We have the monolift arms. We have 2 sets of the Ghost Strong J cups. This is the cambered one for camber bars. This is the roller blocks. All 3 types of safeties. I like these face savers for my bench setup. So this rack has bumper plates on it, and on this rack is 700 pounds of weight just localized to it. I have my chains, 6 sets. I don't think you really need more than that for accommodating resistance. We have 2 lifting platforms with our gym logo, Tears Forge. Various places in the gym, you'll see there are signs that are inspirational, meant to kind of get you in the right mental space. That one's, this is where men are broken and warriors are made. Steal your mind and shove. Here you go. Will is the only currency that we accept here. That's super important when you are squatting until you throw up. So this area here is a little tight. So this is my Elite FTS chest supported row. Magnificent. Really fond of it. At least 4 of every size of a resistance band, so that 2 different people can be doing the same things at the same time. This is a mantle. It's Rogue's new way of handling attachments, so they're not all on the floor. This is the most expensive possible way to do a box squat. The hip thrust pad, face savers. There's a Viking press handle for I don't really use it much. There's a single arm and a Viking press handle for landmine work. Not really super fun on landmine, that's why I invested in these kinds of things. Then right here are all my competition stainless steel bars. So the far one is your 28 millimeter Ohio bar. The center one is the 32 millimeter squat bar. And the far right is the 29 millimeter Ohio power bar. So those are all calibrated exactly. They're exactly a fixed and known weight for when you're doing your lifts. So in the gym we have 2,154 pounds of calibrated plates in pounds, because this is America. Comp collars, this is 11 pounds, 2.5 kilos. These are IPF approved. So step up, block, and wedge, great for ankles. This is a fairly new piece. We just upgraded to an Elite FTS seated calf raise and tibialis raise. Super fond of this because anybody can do standing. Calf raises, the gastroc is important, but the soleus is the muscle in your calf that protects your knee. I don't care what Greg Doucette says, he's wrong. This is very important. You gotta have ankle mobility. So here we have the plates we really like for our machines. So we have 947.5 pounds of these handle plates. They're really easy for any lifter to get on and off of machines. Those plates, the calibrated plates, are kind of difficult to move around. You gotta very confidently grab them, but they are exactly the way they're supposed to be, so it's really good for your maxes. So we also have a bunch of different kind of hangers, chain hangers, various kinds of collars on here that are just for different kinds of accommodating resistance lifts, chains or kettlebells or various things you can hang from a bar. So of course the Rogue Rhino right there. So this is the Temple of Gains copy of the Hammer Strength row. It is magnificent. It has a weird strength curve that requires that you use quite a lot of plate. The starting weight for me is 2 or 3 45s on the side, but I get great lat involvement, so this is fantastic. We're really fond of it. This is the Rogue Fitness Nordic board. Best possible way to work on sit-ups and Nordics. It is super heavy. So we haven't really figured out a good way to have that on the ground because of the floor space it takes. But it weighs as much as I do. It seems like it's like a toe killer. So you really got to confidently put it in place. This is a Bells of Steel belt squat. This is a copy of the Wenning Strength. This one is going to be sold. I don't give equipment away. When people want to pay 70% of what it's worth, I'll give it to them. Otherwise, I just keep it. I've got a building full of equipment that hasn't been sold because people don't want to pay with fame. So, Rogue Fitness Reverse Hyper, the Scout version. I had a full-size Reverse Hyper and a GHD. They're in the building. I think I sold the Reverse Hyper. The GHD's in the building. This is great because when you need it, you need it, and when you don't, get it out of the way. So these are extra or specialty bars for various reasons. So 15-pound technique bars for Olympic lifting, farmer's handles. These are a couple of beater bars. They're perfectly good Olympic lifting bars, 28 millimeter, but we mostly use them for stuff you shouldn't do to barbells, rack pulls, hip thrusts. This is a hip thrust pad, another sissy pad, which is for your pelvis, not for your back. You don't squat with a pad in my gym. This is this curl bar we just use for face crushers, tricep extensions. We have this one, which is a better angle, this stainless steel curl bar, much better bar. So these are my Olympic lifting bars. I'm not even allowed to use this bar. It is ridiculously expensive, and someday when I'm an Olympic lifter, I will be allowed to use it. This is an almost as good bearing bar. Zinc, this is stainless. Both Rogue, excellent bars for Olympic lifting. This is our deadlift and Olympic lifting area. We can drop front head. There's absolutely enough space to Olympic lift here. Once I get this sold and that moved to its new home during the expansion, which is why we're filming this today, is we're about to do an expansion and we kind of want this current version of the gym. So this is my specialty bar area. This is my Alico Op and Trap bar. Best way to do this. There is no better way. They just put out a new version with a second handle, so you can do a high handle and a low handle. I have a better way to do that, so I'm very fond of that. The Kabuki Strength Transformer bar. I personally don't have the ability for front squats, so I use this pretty much only for front squats because it's amazing. The curl bar we mentioned. This is the CB4, Rogue CB4 60-pound camber bar. I bought this sort of as an add-on because I was over $5,000 on an order and the shipping on it's a pain. And I just recently started to use it and I officially don't have shoulder pain when I bench, and my bench is going up for the first time in my life. Best bar in the gym. Crazy, I accidentally bought it. Kabuki Strength Cadillac bar. This was a Valentine's Day present from my wife, which is amazing. Same thing, I have shoulder pain, so anything that I can do to improve my press that's what it's here for. So Band-Belt Earthquake bar, same reason, it's here to improve my press. It is crazy, you've never had a chest pump like that when you're using that with some of the other things you'll see later. And then this is the Titan Fitness version of the Elite FTS SSB. This is an exact copy, they just Chinese stole it. I'm a big fan of Elite FTS. I have 2 pieces of their equipment paid full price. This is one of the first specialty, but this is the first specialty bar that I ever bought, and it's great. There's no reason to trade it. Or, I might give it to somebody and then buy an Elite FTS someday, but love it. So this area, we have another extension of bumper plates here. So there's 590 pounds of bumpers here. We have the 70-pound Rogue wagon wheels. We have the 45-pound BC Strength thruster plates for hip thrusts, and then the balance is those same bumpers from over there. In this gym, free weight, we have 4,406.5 pounds of free weight that you can choose to use at any, however you want, wherever you want. We can do all 3 lifts simultaneously, all 4 lifts, honestly. We can do the overhead press, the bench, the deadlift, and the squat all simultaneously at the highest possible weights. So it's a cool gym that way. So these are, they call them war bars. They were originally just intended as a warm-up for the Olympic lifts. And then this is the I have too much money or bad decision-making skills, the stainless steel version of that. They are excellent for warming up the shoulders. So a couple of maces for mace drills, same things. The shoulders, most mobile joint in the human body, and if you don't get it moving as an older guy, you're gonna have a lot of trouble. So this is another reason to spend a lot of money to make pain go away. This is the copy of the Panada Multi-Flight. So this is an improved version. It's from Bolt Fitness. And what they did is they made it so that you could have tension from the bottom on a lateral raise. It works excellent in this position for the lateral raise, bent over for the rear delt raise, and then you can completely reverse it to do chest flies in the bent over position. Because it has a selector all the way around, you can pre-tension in any position for any anatomy. So starting the lateral raise from the bottom, right here with dumbbells, you have no tension. You're in line with gravity. With this, you have tension at the bottom and then all the way at the top. So you get a stretch and a squeeze on the lateral raise that is very hard to replicate without a cable. So this is my comp bench. It's a Rep Fitness 5000, I want to say. It is the right height and width for competition pressing. Very fond of it. Just recently got over there on the Rogue. We just talked Rogue into giving us this bench prop for $19. It's a $150 thing. All I wanted was this piece. So instead of buying a whole bunch of nonsense, I talked to Sam over at Rogue. He was on the phone and he understood my plight when I told them the dollar amount of all of my Rogue orders, which is obscene. I'm not going to say what it is, but I added them all up and I told them I don't want to spend $154 for this. I just want that part. He sent it to me for 19 bucks. Thank you, Sam. I really appreciate that. Moving back to deadlift equipment. So Titan Fitness deadlift jack, there's no reason to spend money on that. I mean, that you don't, unnecessary. So this is my Bare Steel Rogue Fitness deadlift bar. Love it. The whip's right. Doesn't need to be longer. Doesn't need more whip. I don't need to cheat. It does need to be 27 millimeter. It does need to be bare steel. That is super important. If your deadlift bar isn't rusty, it's because you don't use it. And there you go. So same thing. This is the best version, in my opinion, of the Hex bar. I've had various other ones. This is a Titan Fitness. This is 29 millimeter, 30 millimeter. It is different. The upper one is a 30 millimeter handle with less aggressive knurling. I actually really like that. If you're going to be doing high handle deadlifts, Hex bar deadlifts, I think that it's a really great bar. It has its place. Obviously, I think they're both important because the Alico is also here, but it is fantastic. So chalk bowl, we use chalk. This is a powerlifting gym. There's another chalk bowl over in that corner we may or may not have addressed. So these are my powerlifting belts. Everything else on the wall are powerlifting belts in various sizes for other lifters. I also have various other assistive devices over there. There's straps, there's I forget what those things on the left are called because I don't really use them, but I'm a big fan of their knee sleeves. So I have a couple of them, but various assistive devices. So I thought they would help with my shoulder pain, they didn't. So this is a dedicated incline press area. Can be lots of things. It's a squat stand, but I have it set up for my incline press or dumbbell press, whichever I'm gonna do. I do a lot more incline than flat because of my shoulder, and until I recently discovered that CB4 bar, it was all I could do to work on my press. So this is kind of my dedicated incline press area. I just move to dumbbells, that's these, I just switch them for whichever I wanna do. This is the Rep Fitness Zero Gap AB 5000. They do not make this anymore. I love it. I don't know, they lost their mind not making it anymore. But coming over into our dumbbell area, so we have a complete set of 5 through 100. Just recently got our mirrors up, so we also have a complete set of 1 through 12 by 1s in neoprene dumbbells. I'll have the camera come this way. So in this little nook over here, we have just expanded our wall control storage, and I have all the Prime Fitness handles, every one that they make that is for a cable machine. They do make a few other things that are for landmine, but I already said I'm not super fond of that. This is a sissy squat machine. That is my Parallettes. They're fantastic for bad shoulders, trying to get your dips down, because you can kind of do assisted dips. So this way is most of my cable machine attachments. I have every single Mag Fitness barbell cable attachment that they make. Just recently added this one. They added it as their widest one that hits the Terry's Major better. It replicates but improves the classic stainless 48-inch straight bar. It improves how it hits the Terry's Major. So the iron neck, because nobody should do neck bridges if they want to have a spinal cord. These are the band belt anchors. This is a way to put weight on the earthquake bar. Maybe not the best way, but it is a nice intermediate stage in between using a stiff bar and before putting kettlebells on bands, which is the thing you see on TikTok all the time. This is a set of 3 identical tricep ropes, because sometimes you need 2 and sometimes other people are lifting. Inversion boots, so you can hang upside down from a bar and do decompression if you so desire. Ab wheel. This is a monkey foot. These are all Ivanko cable attachments. Sometimes they have a place, mostly this one, and I kind of like this one, but there's other versions of stuff. Titan Fitness Lat Tower Low Row. It's a 1-to-1 300-pound stack. So you pull 300, it is 300. So really super fond of this. This was an early investment in the gym. I had a plate loaded lat tower prior, sort of like a Craigslist find. Expanded in this. This has absolutely changed lifting in this gym. So Titan Fitness functional trainer. So this is fantastic. You do not need more than this. You do not need to spend more money than this. Buy from whomever you want. This is a 2-to-1 ratio, 200-pound stack. So 200 feels like 100, which is fine for all the things you do with this machine. So really fond of the plate mates, 2.5 and 5 pound. Additional weights, waiting on our second 5 pound purchased in the mail, not here yet. The way we used to do that was 2.5 and 5 pound plates that we would just pin into the stack when we needed to get to a different middle weight. So I have this set up for the thing I use it most for. So Bayesian curl, which is like a pre-stretched bicep curl. This is the best tricep rope in the world. I bought it on the internet. It's from Verdes or something. It is amazing. It grabs your hand. You can actually extend. It does not destroy your elbow. This is the Spud Inc. I think it's called the ab strap, but what it's best for is lat prayer, straight arm lat push down. So it does a bunch of cool stuff, but it does that better than anything else. Better than straight bar, you can pull straight through your body and get your actual lats engaged. So I also have 2 complete sets of crossover symmetry. So all of the ones that they make from 3 pounds up to 40 pounds in cable resistance, I have 2 complete sets because all of the workouts have a high position and a low position. These are my lows, those are my highs, and I don't like to move stuff around. If you have it set up to use, you'll probably use it. So here we have a complete set of single kettlebell, competition kettlebells. I do not have doubles. I don't know that if I was gonna do doubles for things you would do doubles with, that I would use competition kettlebells. The difference is this dimension. A competition kettlebell, every single one is exactly the same shape, their weight changes. So there are other kinds of kettlebells that do not have this shape handle that are not all the same physical size for weight. If I was gonna buy pairs to do exercises like that, I would probably get that kind of kettlebell for that purpose. But competition kettlebells are for kettlebell swings. They're a 2-arm exercise. They have to be that shape and size, and we have a complete set in kilos. So this is pretty much the best way in this gym to do straight bar pull-ups, where you can get all the way, because we only have an 8-foot 3-inch ceiling, where you can get all the way up. So facing this way, I can hang from this bar and pull my head up into the rafter, and I don't feel like I'm going to hit it. I also keep ab straps, a set of rotating pull-up handles, and I have rings here. They are not used nearly as much as they should be. I'm gonna figure out a way to move them into the center of the gym so I use them more. So this is a French Fitness, no, Empire Strength. Yeah, that's Empire Strength leg extension and seated leg curl. I got it for the seated leg curl. I'm primarily a deadlifter, is my favorite lift, and hamstring strength is super important. Do not do a ton of leg extension, but I'm starting to do very low weight, very high rep for knee health. So very fond of this. It is moving over into the extension that we'll show you here shortly, because I have a leg press that's gonna go here that I'm reconditioning, a Paramount leg press. It's a great old school leg press. I'm stripping it down to bare metal. It's up in the garage and having it powder coated to black, because everything's black in my gym, and it's gonna go right here. Someday there's gonna be a bathroom here down the road. So those are crash pads for when we do overhead lifting with the log, which was way over in that corner. The Bosu ball, ab ball, whatever, balance ball. Great, has its purpose, great for stretching up the low back. This is the BC Strength glute bench. It is specifically for hip thrusters. I have various ways to do that exercise, and I also have their plates. They were over there, so it's a nice way to set that up. So, full set of medicine balls on the right, full set of therapy equipment on the left. This is 1 through 5 pound therapy balls, and then those sticks are the same. They are 1 through 6 pounds in rotational strength. It's for, and then I have every TheraBand size, weight, length that there is that they make for therapy. I have either here or in a bag over there under that chalk bowl. So this is my French Fitness assisted pull-up and dip machine. So, and then 60-pound weight vest. That lives there because I haven't finished this wall yet, and I will hang it on a body armor hanger at some point. I haven't finished this wall. A gym is always being worked on. And since we're expanding right over there soon, we're shooting this video to have a current where we're at. So the assisted pull-up is the very best way for a heavy lifter to get that vertical pulling movement and still be able to achieve the activity. Dips have always been very, very hard for me because of my bad shoulder, so assisted dip, excellent for me. So this is the Titan Fitness Roman chair or 45-degree back extension. I have purchased 5 of these in my life because I think so highly of it. I give it as a gift to any person that complains of low back pain to me. I literally think this is the best thing in the world. It's way better than a GHD. I put my GHD in the building that I have full of equipment because this is better. A GHD has its own thing. It's good for a certain set of things, but it takes a ton of space, and this is better. So this is the gym expansion. We're starting now. I'm currently working on this piece of flooring. It's measured out. It goes right here. So we're currently expanding that way. So all of this is going to go into storage over there, painting this area to match the rest of the room, putting in the flooring, and then this is going to be our cardio hall, which you'll see what we're taking down and moving to make this our cardio hall. So all our cardio is going to go right here, except for that machine is going to sit right here because right there is going to be the leg press that I'm reconditioning. So now we go into, this is where we do our lifting. Now we're going to go into where we do some therapy. So because if you're my age and my size, you will probably need some therapy. So most expensive single gym day of my life is the day I decided to do this. This is an all-in-one cold plunge from the Plunge Company. And this is a full-size 8-foot barrel sauna. Because you gotta take care of you. So sauna and cold plunge, hot and cold therapy. So we're gonna turn around and head this way. This is our storage area. It hasn't really been changed off to the right of the camera there. So coming into this is our cardio room. This is actually where the gym started. Me doing yoga on this floor, trying to fix my back. I'm gonna step through. This room was empty when the people that we bought this house from had it as a schoolhouse for homeschooling. So it started off completely empty. I was doing yoga with a TV right there, a little itty bitty TV, and it started helping, and I started getting stronger, getting fitter, and then it became this, starting with this piece of equipment. So this is a Bowflex M3 stepper. I once did a 100-day challenge where I did 100 minutes of this machine every single day for 100 days and recorded it. And I also did 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, recorded it. Lost 40 pounds during that 100 days, changed my life. Liked that machine so much that when it stopped working, I bought that one, which is an M7. And the day I assembled this machine, I got it all assembled, and I had the plug in my hand, and I said, I wonder. And I plugged it into this one, and the plug had gone bad. So I accidentally have two Bowflex steppers, but I'm fond of them. So that one changed my life, and that one's nicer, so I got two. I would probably have to sacrifice one of these soon because all of this has to go into the cardio corner. So we have all three Concept 2 machines. I know they just put out a new strength machine, the Strength Erg. I don't like the way it looks. I'm probably not going to buy it. So this is a Ski Erg. Everybody hates it universally because it's terrible. But if you needed to do cardio without your legs involved, Ski Erg. Concept 2 Row Erg. Best full body physical exercise in the world. There is nothing better. I have every adaptation you can imagine to make this work for my body. So I have independent handles. I got rid of the rowing bar because it didn't work for my elbows, didn't work for my wrists. I have two different types of seat pads, same reason. I have this hockey tape so that it doesn't press on your Achilles when you're using it. I actually use it. I actually like it. Fantastic. The Concept 2 Bike Erg, same thing, various adaptations so that it works for me. I went through 4 different seats until I found one that didn't give me the painful numbness. If you're a biker, you know the one I mean. I had to find something that didn't press on the perineal nerve for my anatomy. That seat is my 4th iteration. It worked pretty well. I tried to just buy another one of those from Rogue. They wouldn't sell it to me, and I didn't want to buy another bike. But the other things that I changed on this is that it has different pedals, and it has a pedal extender right here, so the pedal is further out. I'm a big man, so this has been adapted to me so that it fits my body. So the Rogue Echo Bike, they have various funny nicknames for this. I won't reiterate any of them. It is all of those things. Those funny nicknames, that thing is terrible. But it works really, really well. So gym fridge, we usually have protein drinks, tea, ginseng and honey. We have honey minis, so when you really need some sugar when you're powerlifting, a little bit of sugar gets you through your next max effort set. So this beautiful thing is a treadmill that works perfectly and is never turned on because its function here is for reverse walking. That's all we use it for. Whether it's inclined or not, I have it padded so that you can lean your body against it. It does work. I don't use it that way. It is just for reverse walking. It's a knee health only thing because we have the world's most expensive treadmill. The Trueform Runner, my running shoes, I just keep them there. This is a human-powered, anatomically correct treadmill. It fixes your stride. It makes you run mid-foot. It is fantastic. It is outrageously expensive. It is also very, very, very heavy. This thing right here needs 2 powerlifters to get it in this room. It was ridiculous. So this is our cardio room. This room is the current expansion purpose. We have purchased fitted mats for this room. Custom to the room, 1.5 inch thick wrestling mats. So this is going to be our mat room, wrestling room. I miss having a place to do yoga, an open space. Plus, combat sports are in my family. We want to be able to wrestle. A couple of us are in jiu-jitsu. We just want to get into it, have space for the people who use this gym to be able to get mat time in, wrestling dummies, other opponents. So we bought mats. They're here in the house. This room is getting taken out. We will decide if we need to remove the drywall and install some sort of padding. If that's the case, we'll probably do horse stall mats on the walls. We haven't decided yet exactly how we're going to do that. But I will keep 1-ish piece, probably this rower in this room along that wall, and the whole rest of the room is going to be wrestling mats. And we're also putting in right there on that wall a ballet bar for my niece. She wants to be able to have a place to do her ballet. So we're going to put some mirrors on that wall. Because of this kick out here, which we don't think we're going to move, the mats will start at that kick out and then they're square. It's 14 square, custom to the room. So the whole house is wired for internet. There's this has been our cardio room, so we have various ways to watch TV, internet, whatever in this room. Here's Sam Sulek doing some work. Various places in the house. Things that struck me at the time I wrote on the walls. I was very, very, very fit doing handstand push-ups right here when I wrote this on the wall. You were always wanting this to work out away from 340 pounds. I am right now in the middle of a lifetime bulk. I don't care too much about how much I weigh. I used to a lot, but I care about it being strong and not being in pain, and that's what the gym is for me. For my nephews that are super fit and strong, we keep them thin, they 5% body fat or whatever they're going to be. That's great. For my niece who's gorgeous and very petite, same thing. If you're going to be little and you're happy, good. Me, I'm happy being who I am, and I'm big. So whatever's written on the wall is what struck me at the time. So this one is probably the most important one in the whole gym. If you want an unstoppable force, just tell the immovable object that is all he will ever be. A man chooses what he's going to be. He chooses it every day. This is what I chose. This is how I spent $100,000. And I kind of just did it because I did it. I don't know. I didn't plan it. It just happened. Somewhere around $60,000 I lost count. And then it got out of control. So that's where we're at. Our best guess is somewhere between 60 and 100. And don't do it. It's a bad idea. Just come work out at Tears Forge. So this is my gym. Putting it on the internet for people to enjoy. Tell me what you change. The next time we change it, we'll put up a new one. Thanks.